Big welcome to Fantasy League One, presented by Jeep Gladiator. I am your commissioner, Adam Rank, the only person qualified to do this job. And of course, that is Ricky Hollywood, Graham Barfield, and Taylor Bisciotti sitting there on the end. And let's get to it. It's Tuesday. Let's take a look at the scoreboard and see who won, who lost. Kane Brown coming through for his first win of the season. The Oracle takes out FaZe Clan. Team AEW is our highest scorer of the week. Taylor Made, Ricky Hollywood, the rank and file. We sweep! Wayne Gallman, though, that was is that the for sure guy you should be picking up on the waiver wire? Because let's be perfectly honest, he's not Saquon Barkley, isn't it weird? I understand there's volume involved, but it's is that really the guy that you should be looking at?
No, Gallman's not as talented as Saquon Barkley, of course. He's going to get the ball. I mean, the Giants don't have any other running backs. They're going to make a move. They'll probably try to sign C.J. Anderson for sure. But, I mean, it's just Gallman back there. I mean, they were rolling into the year with Barkley and Gallman, and now their starters gotten hurt. And I think we have to expect at least 15 touches for Gallman every single week going forward. And Barkley's going to miss multiple weeks with this injury. I think, with bye weeks and how running backs get injured more often than others, Gallman's already an RB2.
You don't have time to talk yourself through this. You
it's
need
not
to
sexy.
just make moves.
It feels like you're trying to talk because they're going to purchase the contract off the practice squad for Hilliman, right?
Yeah. Well, they have Elijah Penny too, and they'll bring somebody else up for sure off the practice squad. But yeah, it's just Gallman there for right now.
That doesn't sound positive to me. Let's take a look at some of the top targets you can make a trade for this week. And as a matter of fact, let's kick it off with Curtis Samuel, a guy, Graham, that you were able to scoop up. Who are the losers who dropped that guy?
Yeah, the fantasy footballers decided they didn't need Curtis Samuel, and I scooped him up last week off the waiver wire. I was a little surprised. But
he did really well with Kyle Allen under center.
Kyle Allen.
I like this.
He sure did. Tied for the team lead with Greg Olsen in targets with 7. I actually think Kyle Allen, as much as I love Cam Newton, have rooted for as a football player, as much as I love Cam Newton on the field, I actually think right now Kyle Allen is maybe the better quarterback for both DJ Moore and Curtis Samuel for fantasy right now. I mean,
100%.
Yeah,
or for the Panthers in general.
Yeah, Cam Newton being less than 100% is unlocking, is kind of, I think it might unlock this pass offense just a little bit more.
I agree. So you want to go out and get ahead of the curve. Let's take a look at another name, and it's a little less conventional because Jarvis Landry isn't necessarily somebody that is going to be super attractive, but he's always somebody I'm trying to throw in because obviously to us who play a lot of fantasy football, we're kind of wary of what Jarvis Landry is going to bring to this team. But I think for a lot of people, he still has some name value.
Sure, he does. Right now, Landry's targets have kind of plummeted in this offense with Odell Beckham in the fold. They have other guys that they're trying to get in the rotation, but Landry is a fine receiver 3 through the bye weeks and kind of someone I think you could add as a depth option, like you mentioned, as a throw-in.
Maybe put him in that flex position. He's on my team right now, and I have him in as my wide receiver too. And it hasn't been good. He's been getting hardly any targets. He's not one of Baker's go-to guys that he really feels comfortable with yet. I don't see that much upside to having him in that wide receiver 2 spot. Maybe it's a potential flex position.
Right. If you don't want to make a trade, we can also pick some people up off the waiver wire. We talked about Wayne Gallman a little bit earlier. Taylor, who is somebody that you're going to be targeting on the waiver wire this week?
I like Daniel Jones a lot. I said it before he came in.
You called it last week.
Yeah, I just think that for this offense, my gosh, look at what he was able to do. He was able to get the Giants their first win of the season, come back from the Giants' biggest deficit since 1970, 18-point deficit, and Eli Manning's never done that. So he has a lot of upside. He did this all, keep in mind, without their key best player on the team, Saquon Barkley. So I would target him if you need a quarterback. They're playing the Redskins this week, who have one of the worst defenses in the league, especially against the run, against the pass. I think they're the 3rd worst. So definitely target Daniel Jones. I think that obviously he's already developed chemistry with
And here's the Giants' response to that.
Yeah.
The Giants see you out there working.
They called it.
Yeah,
they
they're
see
ready.
Jim Carrey working, you mean?
Yeah, well, Jim Carrey's out there working.
He looks aggressive. He might break that computer.
Well, I think a lot of people trying to go and pick up a
Have you ever seen
quarterback
Liar,
right now.
Liar? Okay.
How about you, Ricky Hollywood? Who are you looking
Me.
at?
How about
You,
me? Who
Ricky
do I
Hollywood.
think?
Who are,
I mean, she picked up Dak, so this is you should.
she
listen.
doesn't need Daniel Jones. Who are you looking at
Wait,
for the
you
waiver
beat the footballers
Key
this
piece of
week,
advice
right?
right here.
Yeah.
You did. You beat them.
Yeah.
Who beat you week 1? I think
Doesn't
that
matter.
Was
We're
me.
not.
I
Why are you
think
talking about
I
old stuff?
beat you
Wait,
because I
why
beat you.
are
So
we
you're
talking about old stuff?
Because you lost to me. So listen to what I have to say.
I can't even remember that far back.
Yeah, I bet. So listen. Okay, Mecole Hardman is someone that I love. He's so fast. Patrick Mahomes loves throwing deep.
And they're an explosive offense.
They're an explosive offense. I don't know why. My producers in my ear being like, you need to really sell this guy because he's amazing. No, he's fast. I love the Chiefs offense. I think if he's available in your league, you should definitely pick him up.
Sorry, guys, he's on my bench.
Yeah, I know. I can't get
Also,
him.
sort of sounds
this
like
is what-
Tyreek Hill might miss a few more games, too.
I don't think he's coming back anytime soon.
I don't know about anytime soon, but a few more games. I think Tyreek Hill.
Well, that's not soon.
That's not soon. Like soon
2
is
weeks
Thursday.
is 2 weeks.
That's not soon.
It's going to be more
Okay.
than that.
I need you not to eat food for 2 weeks, and you tell me whether that's soon.
I
or
would
not.
be dead.
See, there you go. So it's not soon. What about a waiver wire target for you?
I've been digging Will Dissly a little bit. I kind of hated on Will Dissly a little
You
too
did.
much last week.
A little bit.
He doesn't play a full-time role, which is a problem in fantasy, but it doesn't really matter because the tight end position is just so bad. And Will Dissly gets the stone nuts matchup this coming week against the Cardinals. In weeks 1 and 2, the Cardinals gave up over 100 yards to both T.J. Hawkinson and Mark Andrews, and then Greg Olson's got them last week for 75 yards and 2 scores. Even though Will Dissly is not going to see like 10 targets in this game, he only needs 5 or 6 to kind of pay off value. And if you need a tight end,
Yeah.
Will Dissly's a great pickup.
Especially against those
What's
Cardinals.
a stone nuts matchup?
It's the best possible matchup.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of a stone nuts matchup?
I need to get the hierarchy
I
of nuts
just was
matchups.
confused, but
Stone being the highest, and then we'll work
What
down
about
into a
what's
chart.
like a macadamia or a cashew?
Well, it
I don't
depends
even-
on your nut ranking.
That's
so.
what I'm saying.
Yeah,
what
that's
about
what-
Macadamia high.
All right, listen, we'll scuttle that a little bit.
peanut.
I've got a player that
Peanuts
I
are
would like to
worse.
talk about right now. His name is Rex Burkhead. And of course, anytime we're going and talking about waiver wire targets, some of these guys might be gone in your league, and sometimes they might still be there. It's always important to go out and make sure somebody hasn't been dropped, somebody didn't rage drop somebody or anything like that. And so the thing that I really like about Rex Burkhead is that
Everything?
the New England, everything, duh. But the thing is, the Patriots have a lot of injuries to their receiving core right now, with Julian Edelman battling an injury, Josh Gordon battling an injury, and they don't have Rob Gronkowski anymore, which means they're probably going to have they're probably going to have to start running a little bit earlier than they normally do. Like, it's a November thing. Like, hey, it's November. We're going to start running. We're going to have a fullback. Other fullbacks are too.
Yep.
But the whole thing is that now all 3 of these running backs are in play. He was a good start last week because James White was out.
Yeah, you mentioned James Devlin and his injury. Their fullback, they basically have used him with Sony Michel to kind of be the lead blocker on a lot of those plays, and Michel has really started to struggle this season. I actually kind of think because Michel is struggling, because they lost their fullback, we could see Burkhead even pick up a bigger role in this offense moving forward.